Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side as the yellow Bengalis, we have MaQu. Spawn on the bottom right side as the cyan Koreans, we have Reap2. The Koreans bonuses, let's see now. Elephants units, no, that's Bengalis. Let's go Bengalis then. Elephant units receive 25% less bonus damage, so pikes are a little less effective. Town centers spawn 2 villagers when the next age is reached. Interesting. And ships regenerate 15 health per minute, so regenerating ships is sort of interesting. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. And monks gain additional armor and pierce armor, so those are very resilient monks. Of course, they have the Rata. It's a hybrid unit, able to be a cavalry archer and archer as a chariot unit. We do have the Paka's unique tech, which grants Ratas and elephants increased attack speed, and Mahayanas, which makes villagers take 10% less population space, which will allow the yellow player to deploy out more military units, or get more economy going for the same population room. Not by a whole lot. Usually people get around, what, 120, 130 villagers. The 10% less population room will allow net them, actually, additional 10 villagers or additional 10 population space would be quite handy. At, say they get 130, that's additional 13 population space for military, which could be quite handy, or you can get additional 13 villagers there. Or technically 14. So that can be quite nice. And plus, just reduced house usage in the early game can always be nice as well. Because, admit it, we all... Oh crap. We of course got a militia rush here. These militias I still have quite a bit of health. We do got 2 villagers down, looks like. Villagers trying to engage. We got the men-at-arms now deployed on out. Spent too much time talking. Yep. And we didn't take over look at the Koreans bonuses as well. As this militia rush is going on, usually Koreans are known for tower rushing. We've got, of course, got the man-at-arms trying to engage. The villagers trying to protect the mill from going down. We got a number of scouts supported out by yellow. Getting some damage there. If you click quickly here, villagers get increased right inside. Stones minus 20% faster. That's why Koreans are generally known for tower rushing. Free upgrades. Tower upgrades are free, including Bound Bar Tower still requires chemistry. So that's another reason why Koreans tend to tower rush. Archer armor upgrades for free, which is always nice. And military units, except for siege mode, cost less 20% wood. And of course, our unique unit is the War Wagon. The other unique techs could be towers, guard towers, and keeps getting increased range, allowing some more overlapping fields of fire, and a Shikton, which allows Mangonel line plus 1 range. So I think up to like 10 range Mangonels can be very, very deadly. Of course, the rounds come still at the same rate, so nice and slow. We got a single pikeman in this group as well. Just his primary job is to stab the cavalry, or I should say scouts. We do got these scouts now advancing. 5 scouts going for counter harassment. There's a big hole here. They're not Chinese. They're not known for building walls. There's some walls there, but they're gonna come in way, way too late. The scout village may get picked off. Cyan does have less village as well. Now 1 less to boot. I do have Archer in this group as well. There's a nice mixed combat group. But a bit too far away to protect his town. We do have 1 berry bush still remains. He does have walls being deployed over here. He does wall his own villagers in right here to protect them. Very nice. Oh yeah, and I realized I forgot to turn off my heater, so it may hear some background noise from the fan. My bad. scouts now going to try to pick up the damage, bit pressure on the mill. The man-at-arms, scout, and spearman still over here. That archer, of course, can fire away against those villagers over the walls. Notice these scouts being forced on back. Maybe 2 of them have actually gone down, because he had 5 to begin with. I don't see any corpses. It looks like Cyan is at the population cap. We do have a guard tower deployed on out, very nice, or watchtower, I should say. And a house reinforcing the wall. More walls trying to be deployed out by Cyan, trying to close that gap. This gap is being closed out as well. Another 2 scouts go down. This last scout should just go ahead and do what his job requires. Scout. Because at that point in time, he won't be able to do much. Cyan's force still here, has all of his forces. And since it's gotten a bit quiet, let's keep an eye on this force here. And make the game go a little bit faster now. Looks like Cyan's content on not taking... Oh, Cyan's taking up the castle age now. Needs a bit more population room while at it. And we'll go ahead and stab the... Stables there. We've got a massive force here. His defense force has regrouped his attacking force here. Does get a guard tower there. Picks off a villager there. Very nice. Doesn't roll some misses there. Number of guard towers all across the line for yellow. Remember, Korean's supposed to be the defensive group, not yellow. But either way... Does throw some villagers inside the garrison, getting some extra arrows. Does get some splash there. Doesn't have ballistics, so he has trouble hitting these guys at as they're moving around. And now Cyan has got up to Castle Wage. Let's take a quick look at yellow. His Castle Wage is almost complete as getting the fletching upgrade, which will be useful for his towers as well, giving him a bit of extra range and damage. He has thrown 1 villager in there just to get some arrows firing. And this is not Age of Mythology, we don't get free arrows. Still has his men-at-arms and spearmen in this group, so he's just going to slowly pick away against his stable. He is denying the usage of these handful of farms as well, though they don't have a lot of food remaining. And as well, the music is actually a little bit quiet. Remind me to increase the music sound. I like the increased music sound. This farm has been set ablaze. And now this house will be set ablaze. Maganel coming on board, trying to engage his force. It could be a very juicy shot. He's not reacting. And it connects. Oof. That was a good shot there. Follow-up shot. 1 crossbowman remains. And the scout could actually finish him off. And now we've got a battle elephant. Elephants are good. That house may have been destroyed by friendly fire in the end. We got a castle being pointed out, which is going to be useful for population space. We do have 47 villagers for 48 villagers for yellow, 43 villagers for cyan. Battle elephant received quite a bit of fire there. It doesn't have a whole lot of pierce armor moment, just a lot of health. Getting out a monk wouldn't be half bad as well. And the villager is going to be shanking the spearman to death. He's starting to dodge these Maganel shots there. I think he learned his lesson. Though still, you can't dodge forever. Let's see. Only 1 town center here. No, there's a 2nd town center deployed. Yellow still has the 1, correct? The castle is meant for aggressive defense. He's getting out to Aratas now. Trying to move around. They do have 105 health. Not a lot of pierce armor, just 1 pierce armor. So these crossbows should still be quite effective versus them. Getting some great damage there. And good hits there. Those of these Ratatas going to try to charge forward. If he goes on the offense, he's able to force his opponent back. We do, of course, have the monastery here. Perhaps trying to deploy out a monk to grab some relics. Also, he doesn't have ballistics, which is causing a bit of issue. He can get ballistics, right? Yeah, research ballistics. He does go into melee mode now, trying to take out these crossbowmen. Since he had trouble taking them out from range. There's a bit too many crossbowmen here. He does pull out a monk there. Probably meant for those battle elephants, but getting these guys wouldn't hurt as well. Or relics. He does pick up the relic there as well, so both players going for relics. Got a relic down south, that's pretty easy for blue. This relic's going to be pretty easy for blue as well. I have a feeling that blue's Cyan's going to get 3 relics. Yellow may get 2. These ones... This one can be contested by Cyan. This one is potentially protected by this town center. And I feel like a sneeze is coming. Oof. Nope, but sneeze is not coming. Got a good number of crossbowmen advancing. Just spot these guys here and got a university being deployed on out. I hear a monk getting some much needed healing. Like has just got a relic in. We also got a handful of mangonels. These guys are quite wounded. That monk is needed for healing, that's for sure. With 2 mangonels, harder to dodge 2. One is relatively easy to dodge, but when they're not synced up like that, you have to constantly be dodging a lot of the Ratatas. Constantly move around. Try to go for a capture there on one of these guys. Looks like he was unsuccessful. But this gate is also built on top of a house. Or in front of a house. University's now under siege. Let's see what the Science, see what he's going to be doing defense. Both sides is building a whole bunch of villagers. Science getting out his own mangonels, as well as some more crossbowmen. Yeah, it's going to get a garrison inside this town center. Koreans do have the increased range across mangonels, assuming he gets that research, which is Imperial Age research, if I remember correctly. Yep. Could have allowed some guard towers up here. The increased range and upgraded guard towers wouldn't hurt. And now Yellow charging forward, trying to pull out a forward castle. Yellow Scout also got into the mix, well, just causing some issues. These guys have done collecting the gold miner, or no, they're builders. He does spot this castle. He needs to get out something now. Ratanas pushing way forward. Got a number of crossbows able to gauge the Ratanas now. Magano gets directed there on the Ratanas. Ratas, I really don't know how to pronounce the name. We've got a single battle elephant in the front line as well. And castle has been built. He does build his villagers in. No, the villagers not inside. Blue's going for his own castle, and maybe in range of this castle. He doesn't have ballistics, he's missing that villager quite severely. The castle does have 10 range. Mangonel's pushing way forward. Blue has a sign, has deployed some Mangonel. Quickly takes off the yellow Mangonel. Got a number of Ratanas here. Let's see if this castle starts firing on the castle. He's hitting the Mangonel. I believe the castles are in range of each other. I believe Science maybe on the high ground. Yeah, the castle's not firing away against each other. You can throw some crossbows in there to increase his arrow rate. Since each arrow basically do 1 damage, having additional arrows wouldn't hurt. Looks like it's doing a little bit more. Got some battle elephants pushing way forward. Need some more monks to deal with that. You can throw these crossbows inside the town center to get those arrows firing as well. I hear a monk. They're right here. The Mangonels are getting hit as well. He does claim his own battle elephant. And we do have a garrison inside that's archer range. Looks like 3 crossbowmen. Got some in here as well. Throw them inside the castle. Why do people not throw stuff inside the castle? If the crossbowmen are doing nothing, he can throw, increase his arrow count to win the, war. Looks like that castle threw some rounds into those crossbowmen. But I can see why the crossbowmen would respawn down south here. Man, these crossbowmen. Another good reason why throwing them in the castle, getting them a bit of health regen, making them a little bit more durable for the next engagement. Yeah, let's break down this palisade. And there's some crossbows on the high ground, but they're all quite wounded. Looks like the micro there, focusifying, was actually a bad idea since so many guys low in health. Ratinas may have find a good angle there onto the villager line. Got more Ratinas pushed the way forward. Got a great front line university. And it's not looking good for blue or cyan. More skirmishers being deployed and out. He needs to get some skirmishers to help deal with these Ratinas. Let's throw all these villagers inside the castle into the town center. Got Impure Age for Cyan as well. Yellow does also have Impure Age. Castle Wars is still going on, but looks like blue will win out. Does actually throw some guys in there, getting some an extra arrow. University is now under siege. Cyan's deploying out some more skirmishers, but he has 5 times 3. Needs some more archery ranges and houses. Needs a bit more of everything. Villager count. Cyan does have more villagers, but by a small margin of 8. And none of them weren't collecting us for the time being. Siege workshop being deployed and out. I wonder, is he getting chemistry? Yeah, chemistry is being researched. Maybe going for a bombard tower. Can he get not bombard towers, bombard cannons? He can get bombard cannons. We got a trebuchet deployed out by yellow, as well as by cyan. Yellow may be out of stone right now. And Ratinas do find some of these villages here, getting some easy kills. Skirmishers need to get over here. And this relic has not been claimed either. So cyan only claimed 1 relic and yellow has claimed none. So the relics have not been very impactful, just a small advantage for cyan. I wonder if that captured war elephant has done much. It's probably already dead. Nope, there it is. Cyan to fly another trebuchet. Yellow's castle is now down. Skirmishers making their advance. The yellow try to steal some of his opponent's gold. Forward mining camp will go down. Got a number of barracks being deployed on the front line. He may be transitioning to perhaps to spearmen. This wood is starting to being quickly harvested up. He does, of course, have other axes of wood here and here. But we do get now some light cavalry trying to push into this region. Or maybe not. We got the, what's that, spearmen or pikemen of research. We do also have a bombard cannon deployed on out for cyan. 2 bombard cannons, so he's getting a number of them. Ready to push his way forward through his yellow's infrastructure. We got quite a bit of yellow infrastructure here. And looks like there's some cannon shots there onto the battle elephants. walls do get cleaned on up. He's going to make his way forward now. Another back line of houses to hold back his opponent. He does have now he's overpopulation, which can be good in case they start losing a whole bunch of houses. Going for the other set of power slave walls, needs a bit more. He is partially building these houses to get these walls, secondary walls up. Science trying to push his way forward, trying to deal with some of this infrastructure. We've got Raptors advancing, got a good wave of battle elephants as well. Mangonels have not been upgraded to onagers just yet. Now these houses are under siege. You need to get some reinforcements out here. He may have a monk in this region. Yeah, he's trying to capture one of these elephants now. And some of these bombard cannons need to get back out of there. Gate may not actually be locked, but maybe body blocked. We do have these pikemen pushing way forward, getting some good damage there. Halberdier being researched now. Down south, we do have more. Now we got a line of stone walls trying to hold back this advance. Looks like the pikemen did get cleaned up. Perhaps we're seeing quite a bit of AoE damage there. Oh yeah, the Bengalis reduced damage, bonus damage on the elephants will pay dividends against the ass halberdiers. Oh, was the halberdier upgrade actually canceled? Oh, it's right there. Never mind. They were starting to clean up these houses. A number of villagers on the wrong side of these walls. They realized they should be on the other side while building them. Halberdiers and research now available to get some additional bonus damage from the elephants. Battle elephants do have splash damage, which would be very important. And some of these bombard cannons do get focused down there by the battle elephants. There's going to be a lot of splash damage there on these forces. A couple halberdiers are pushing way forward. Doesn't manage to finish off some of these scouts. And this force will be cleaned up largely thanks to those battle elephants. Battle elephants, of course, are quite expensive. We got the stable now being under siege, being cleaned on up. The trebuchets being cleaned up as well. Cyan just can't deal with the wave of heavy cavalry. Or elephants. Same difference. And now Cyan's running low on food and wood. Getting a whole lot of production. Trying to get more and more halberdiers. Trying to counter his opponent's force. Handful of skirmisher in the mix as well. But these halberdiers being focused down also by the ratas. Blacksmith does go down. He may have all of his research or all the research he requires. He does have a number of idled villagers. And more wood is needed for his farms. He needs more barracks. He is building more barracks, which is good. Light cavalry is still pushing their way through these houses. He should be at plenty fine for pop cap for the time being. Though he's nowhere near the max out anyways. If he loses some houses, knocking down some pegs. Bombard cannons and are trying to finish off these buildings. He could go ahead and finish this one off. Doesn't have a whole lot of health left. He does have some trebuchets as well as bombard cannons. Some light cavalry now may escape on, trying to hit these villagers. He does have a big opening here, but do have the villagers. Looks like he actually used the town bell right there. He does manage to close the distance on these ratas, not microing all too well. He's focusing on his light cavalry, I believe. No, he's not. I got a stream of trash coming in for Cyan. Yellow spent all of his gold on these battle elephants, and they are now getting countered quite heavily. We have some more gold resources up here, so it's going to claim them. Could perhaps take time of the relics as well. I don't know why that sort of sounded funny with all that reinforcement. That was just humorous to me. At this point in time, Yell needs to deploy out some champions, probably, in order to deal with these skirmishers and these halberdiers. These battle elephants are not going to cut it. He may not have the research for it. Cyan's actually just got his long swordsman, going for his twin swordsman upgrade now. Can he get champions? Yes, he can get champion. What blacksmith research does he have? He does have all of his melee damage. And he does actually have all of his armor as well. This guy actually losing some frames. My bad if that causes any issues. Got a good number of battle elephants making their way forward, trying to advance. Got these barracks now being hit by all these pikemen. And now we do have a wave of champions or twin swordsmen making advance. Not enough, really. He has a good number of skirmishers to support his force. Bombard cannons gain some good damage there on the structures, and keeping these structures actually up is choking his opponent out from advancing properly. Elephants trying to make their charge to support the champions. If they find an angle there while not being focused down, could be quite useful, but it looks like they're getting choked up by this very, very narrow gap. He needs to delete this stable to get better surround, but it looks like the halberdiers are getting overwhelmed by the champions. Now we do also have some arbalists being coming in to support as well. Battle elephants does have 7 armor, while arbalists do have the 10 attack. He gained some great AoE splash damage there with that battle elephants. Champions now streaming on forward as well. Should be able to deal with these siege weapons. All the bombard cannons are down. The castle did go down as well. Oh, notice that the bombard cannons managed to escape on out there, but they are being pursued by the champions of battle elephants. Champions trying to close the gap. Gets good damage there on the arbalists. Not sure if he can get out the hand cannoneers. Probably, yeah, he actually can get hand cannoneers. Maybe hand cannoneers at this point in time would be best. Now we've got some elite battle elephants deployed on out, giving them more health. Battle elephants are trying to make the charge. They can absorb a lot of shots there, but the champions need to be in there as well. Gain some great damage on the champions. Champions have been disintegrated. The battle elephants should have been advancing with the champions, absorbing all the shots of the champions to close the distance. Got some bombard cannons pushing forward. Cannons trying to get the castles. Does get the low health bombard first. Very nice. Another bombard does go down there. The last one does fire a shot off, but that's castle's going up. Now with that castle there, he can throw some forces inside to get some extra arrows. Oh, on the right side, I got some various light cavalry just charging forward, just streaming on in, being also annoying. That elephant does get focused down there. Cyan is deploying out trebuchets and bombards. And we do have the trebuchet being deployed out here as well. He could perhaps use the bombard cannon to focus it down. Skirmisher does receive a direct hit there from the bombard. And it looks like the Korean player's out of resources. Looks like he's out of stone for whatever he's spearing up. Up north, got another wave of light cavalry streaming on in. We got some, what's called, halberdiers advancing. You got some idle villagers as well. A lot of idle villagers. Yellow has a good number of skirmishers, but they need focused down by all the arbalists. Like how we're trying to close the distance, but these get some more political resources and then advance. Now, Castleism, Siege is likely going to lose it. Needs it. Doesn't get shot down the trebuchet, starting to clear out his own villagers now. And Cyan's trebuchet will go at max health, as Cyan's bombard cans will be taking out the trebuchets themselves. That one does go down. And the bombard cans are focusing on the other trebuchet. Yellow's trying to repair up the trebuchet there, but they're getting ripped apart by the Arbalest. Yellow has 146 villagers. He's threw a lot on his villagers. Battle elephants, they're very expensive, but they're very population efficient. But the halberdiers are still being deployed on now, but it's not very good either for the battle elephants. Battle elephants can't just close the distance. They need more support. Down south of stones being collected up by these forces, and we've still got the relic down there. This relic may have been claimed. This relic has not been claimed, nor this one. Yellow's not getting the relics whatsoever. The castle's almost down, trying to be repaired on up. We're seeing lots of fire there. Now the bombard cans are pitching on in as well. The next volley should be able to finish it off. Trebuchet shot will not finish off. The bombard cans will. The castle does go down there, but Yellow's skirmishers are outnumbering his opponents, able to focus down these forces. Trebuchet immediately gets picked off there by the bombard cans, trying to go for another castle, but this time it's being immediately focused down by the bombards. Getting some serious damage there. But it does have to be careful with all these skirmishers. Looks like Cyan is running low on wood. If I switch over the resource counts, yep, Cyan is low on wood. Yellow's low on food, but has a massive reserve of stone, which can sell off some gold if he needs so chooses. Cyan, of course, does have a couple of relics, which would be very useful getting his resources up and going. We got now Yellow's villagers advancing, eyeing for a proxy or a forward castle inside his walls, which will allow him to exert some pressure over this region. He has plenty of villagers, so he can sacrifice his villagers on these advancements. Skirmishers still are gaining skirmishers, but the scientists plenty more skirmishers. Yellow's bombard cannons receive a bit of fire there and repairs. And that halberdier received a direct hit there from the trebuchet. Halberdiers start making an advance, trying to close the distance, and I'm actually not sure who actually surrendered. I think maybe Cyan with that castle in his base? Yeah, Cyan has actually backed out the game, probably thanks to this castle right there. Looked like he was doing fine here, but it was just a big meat grinder. But this is something he couldn't deal with anytime soon. By the way, this was a great game played by both players. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay.